back to Actor Talks. I'm Ayana Taylor, as you know, and today I'm interviewing Jovanna Valladares. Yes, so happy that you're on my channel today, Jovanna.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
It's so fun.
yeah, it's gonna be such an amazing interview. I just know it. So I know Jovanna from Playhouse West, the school that I go to, and we were in the beginner class together. So like right when I started Playhouse West, she wasn't there yet. She was on. It was like right in December, so she was on vacation. You were back home.
Yeah.
But I remember her coming to class, and I just loved her energy and her spirit. She was just so fun and
I love her energy and her spirit.
I was just like, oh my gosh, I love Jovanna. And so of course staying in touch, and I saw you at Audrey Helps
Actors meetup.
Yes. Yeah,
that was such a great
we
surprise.
kind of reconnected again.
It shows you how small this town actually is. Because I went to this meetup event for actors. I don't know if anyone listens to Audrey Helps Actors. Amazing podcast, which everyone should listen to. But I saw like 4 people I knew there, and like it's like a network for every actor in LA. So I was like, what are the chances? Yeah. It's like once you're here, even for like a few years, you start to like make a network of people already, which is
that you know. I know. I was like, what? Because I haven't seen you in a minute. Because we've been trying to plan a tennis date where we can go and play.
This girl is working and busy.
You are too, girl. Working, training, all of that stuff. So, all right. Well, are you ready for this interview?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's do this. Okay, Jovanna. So my first question for you is, tell us, where are you from, and how did you end up in Los Angeles? Yes.
So I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay,
Steel City. And it's a great little city. There's actually, people don't know this, but there's a huge market for films there.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
A lot of shows, a lot of Netflix shows have come through and features. Yeah, and so there's a lot of work there as far as production goes.
Okay.
But, I guess that's what brought me to Los Angeles. I used to work in film production.
Okay.
I did the whole like 80 department PA, some like wardrobe, a little in casting.
Wow.
So I got kind of this whole other perspective, which I'm very thankful for. And I went to school for production in Pittsburgh.
Wow. Okay.
And after school, I tried all these different departments. I worked a few shows and films, and nothing felt like I was in the right realm, but I wasn't in the right department. Like I hadn't found my niche yet. And I think most actors will say this, since you were little, you've always had this like little nagging thing that's like, you feel like you should be an actor, but it's like a scary step to take.
It's so scary.
So
scary.
It's terrifying, but it's so fun.
Yes.
After that, I kind of was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna, I'm tired of kind of beating around the bush with this. I think I'm just gonna try acting, and I did. And it turns out there's not a ton of casting in Pittsburgh. They do bring in a lot of talent from other cities. There are some local stuff, and sometimes like the day player roles, they will cast, but it's hard to compare it to like a New York or LA where there's endless casting. So that's what brought me here.
Wow.
To answer your question.
Yes, no, thank you for that whole color of like your journey. So I didn't know that you went to school for production. So you originally were trying to go and be behind the camera, try to learn, and so was there anything specific you were going for, or like you said, you were still trying to figure it out?
Yeah, so I would say my passion within production, which I would love to get back into one day, I love the art department, and I love set design specifically. I love helping like create the blueprints and then, you know, designing and learning. I liked learning every aspect. I never found which exact niche in the art department, but I know one day I would love to get back to that, because I still have a pretty big passion for the production side. But right now I'm putting that on hold just to pursue acting, because you know how much time it takes.
Of course. It takes a lot of time and energy, and you had to like almost like train your focus. What are you focusing on right now? So that's so cool. And I didn't know that about Pennsylvania, you know, the production side of it and like the shows. That is so cool. And so did you feel like, okay, maybe this is at whatever point where you're like, oh man, there's a lot happening, should I stay here? Has that ever crossed your mind?
I think even when I was in film school, I felt that I wanted to end up in California because I'm not doing winters. I am sorry. It is it's probably what, like 70 degrees outside, and we're wearing this.
Exactly. It's like this is cold to us right now, you know, this weather.
So I'm not like, people always say like, you're from the East Coast, you should be able to tolerate.
You should be fine. No.
So I always knew I wanted to end up in California. My sister, hey Sophia, shout out.
Hey,
She lives out here. She moved out here a few years before me, so it kind of made an easy transition.
Oh yeah, easy transition. Yeah. Wow, that's so cool. And Los Angeles, like I said, was just always where you wanted to go in terms of your pursuit of your career.
I knew that 100%.
That is so cool. Awesome. I love that. And so, like I said, just segue into my next question. You did talk about, you know, the scary moment of like, okay, defining I'm going to be an actor and pursuing this. But was there a person, was there a thing, a moment in time that was like, that like kind of like helped you realize this is what I want to do and I want to pursue it wholeheartedly?
Yeah, I think that I can't think of like a Pacific Ocean specific moment, but I think there's like a cumulative group of films that have been pushing me to want to be where I want to be in my career. If we want to start at the very bottom, when I was 5, I don't know if anyone's seen the live action Madeline movie. That was the one, and I know most actors will say like when I was 4 or 5, I knew like that's what I wanted to do, and I feel like it's just like a feeling you have. But that movie was the one where I was like, I need to be an actress. I saw that little girl, and I was like, I want to be able to live lives like this.
That's amazing.
And it's a silly little children's film, but it was like the one I always hold on to. And then currently, like, I feel like there's like a modern day Rat Pack, if you will. Like, there's like the whole like Saoirse Ronan, Timothée Chalamet, Logan Lerman, like that kind of whole group that do kind of more the like. They do a lot of the indie stuff right now, and watching them be where I want to be, and kind of having similar, I don't know, just similar films that I think I would also be interested in. They are the ones that are like constantly pushing me, and and then also all the greats. Like Meryl Streep.
Of course. You gotta have your idols, the people you look towards that, you know, to keep you along your way. Do you ever look at any of the actors and like, okay, they're right here. What do I need to do to get myself there? Or do you like kind of like copy any of the stuff that they're doing, like in terms of headshots or just like their journey? Do you do anything like that?
Yeah, so I'm a big lover of IMDb Pro.
Okay. Plug IMDb Pro.
And I creep. I'm a hard creep, so watch out. So basically, some of the bigger actors that I really look up to, I look at who their managers are, who their reps are, that kind of kind of information. Maybe like where they got their start. So I always find that interesting on how they've networked their way here.
Exactly. We all have to do it, right?
Yeah. So I'll look at those kinds of things and go from there.
No, and that's pretty insightful. And I think IMDb Pro is very underused, and it's not really. It's a resource that's for all actors, for all people who are pursuing this career. If you're trying to figure out, okay, your favorite actor, you know, Denzel Washington, whoever it may be, like, okay, how did they get started? Looking up their journey, and then also seeing who's they're getting represented by. And of course, like I said, Denzel Washington, he's well established, well known, and all this. So maybe looking at more recent actors who have come on the scene and seeing how did they get started, what did they do, who are they represented by, just to kind of get yourself closer to, you know, what do I need to do to make that more realistic for you. So I love that. I love that, and I need to use IMDb Pro a lot more because I have it, but I haven't like been creeping. You know, you gotta get in there. So
sometimes
I love that.
It's one of those things. Sometimes you forget it exists. You're like, oh my gosh, I have the capabilities to find out the manager of this actor. Or And sometimes you can even do creep harder and do Google search and find out like their old managers who earlier on in their journey, and those will sometimes be helpful because if they have a career similar to yours, it's like good to hook into those, try to find those people.
Yeah,
the ones that are more attainable now.
Yeah, the one that's like once they moved on, it's like, okay, I need more talent. I need to keep filling that box. So, that's so interesting. Thank you for sharing that because that's very insightful. Okay, and so let's move on to the next question, Jovanna. Tell us, what is a struggle that you're currently going through right now? What is in terms of your acting career or just everyday life? Because I like asking this question because I want people to know, like, as actors, we're all struggling. We all have something we're going through, and kind of just humanizing that experience and letting them know you're not alone.
Sure. I think that. Okay, I think right now I have many things I'm working through.
List them out.
I'll list the biggest one, and it's a constant battle for me, and I feel like a lot of people can relate. It's just getting out of your own way.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's one that I've seen improvements, which makes me excited, but I'm not to where I want to be, which fair. I feel like as actors can be really hard on ourselves and we want to be there now. But as long I feel like if I'm keeping progress in that and like it's a constant ego battle is what it comes down to at the heart of it. It's hard to like admit, but that's what it is. It's like completely giving yourself into the work so that you can do justice to the character, to the scenario, whatever's going on, being able to use your body as a vessel for that story.
Exactly.
And that's something that I feel really passionate about and I can get super frustrated about because you can go in and it's the whole like pink polka dotted elephant in the room. It's like you can't help but notice it, but everyone acknowledges it. Maybe I'm saying this wrong.
No, I know what you mean.
It's like the more you think about it, the more apparent it is. I think I used the completely wrong analogy.
Well, I know what you mean. It's just like it's kind of like what I said earlier about how you train your focus. If you're focusing on like how am I mean, and I guess my main question would be is how are you getting in your way from the beginning? Because if you're focusing on, like I said, your performance or your accent or something, and you're self-conscious about it, is that kind of what you're talking about? Like getting out of your way and just letting yourself be more free? Or is it more so like everyday life? Like I'm not where I want to be in terms of my career.
Oh, both.
So both?
Both.
Both. All right.
Both.
All right.
I think it's easy to get caught up in frustrations and why don't I deserve this yet? Why isn't this coming to me? I'm working so hard. And it's like it's not about you. It's not about you. And it's a lesson I'm constantly learning in acting and in the business end. I think that one of the most important things, at least the business end too, is making it not about you, making it about that person. What can you help the other person with? Even if it's a rep, if it's a manager, what can you help them with? Maybe they need someone like you because they can't, just trying to find ways to make it not about you. But, egos. So.
And I think it's hard too. Like I said, you're focusing, and I think that's one thing I was mentioning to someone why I love doing these actor talks, because it's after like I'm grinding so hard in terms of my career, my pursuits, but this is just like a way that's like, you know what? Let's stop talking about Ayana. Let's stop thinking about Ayana. Let's really channel it and focus on your journey and your career and what you're going through. And I think it's like important to always be listening and always be observing and taking life in around you instead of grind. So yeah, it is so important to help other people. And that's the thing, you don't even know how it's going to come back around to you. You helping someone else with their career and their journey, you just never know how it's going to come back for you in the same way. So yeah, I know what you mean. Just getting out of your own way, focusing on what you can control, and just letting yourself go, like letting yourself be free and just experience life. And I actually related with you when you're talking about being on set and you're like, oh, I don't want to acknowledge this thing that's that's bothering you, that's in my it's in my peripheral, and I'm trying to like block it out. But like I said, just going back to okay, I'm here, I'm having a good time, I'm grateful to be here, you know, like they could have casted so many other people, but they casted me, and for, a specific reason.
I think you hit a really important point too, and it's also a struggle for me that I'm being grateful and not, because I feel like we're so saturated in LA with so many opportunities, we have every class you could ever want. Every rep you could ever want. Like, we have and reminding yourself of that is so easy to forget.
Yeah, it goes out the window so quickly.
Yeah, because you just do you live your normal life, and you forget that you are in the best place to be. Yeah. One of the there's many. I'm not downing any other places. There are many great cities, but it's a constant reminder of being thankful, and I think that helps refuel you.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to have that gratitude, and just this life, this moment, what we have right now is so beautiful and precious and fragile, and just knowing that you're here doing what you love, like, that just makes I'm getting a little emotional, but it's just like doing what you love. It's just I feel like there's so many people who spend their lives doing something that doesn't make them happy, or they got stuck in a rut and they just like, I wish I could have done this life, I wish I could have been here, and it's just like, I'm here and I'm pursuing it and I love it. And so yeah, just being grateful to be here is always just high importance. Just keep that focus on that, being grateful.
Not letting the traffic get to you, or
waiting
an hour in a grocery line.
Yep. There's things about LA that's like, oh my God, really? but so
perspective.
Perspective. Yes, perspective. All right, well, I have one more question for you, Jovanna. Tell us, what's a piece of advice that you can share with us to kind of encourage us along the way as we're pursuing our dreams and our successes in life? Is there anything that you can share with us, impart your wisdom?
Sure, my wisdom. That's a big.
Yeah, I know. I always set this up way high. It's really whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
So I think that some advice is, yes, acting should be one of your biggest priorities, but I think it's super important to have something else you're passionate about. Otherwise, you will drain yourself. There are very few people, I feel like, that can, I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that can run solely on acting fuel. But for me, and I know for a lot of friends, there's been a time where I put every ounce of my energy, every waking hour into acting, which is wonderful. But I burn out at least real quick.
Right.
And then my art suffers. Yeah. My work isn't as good. So I think it's important to have at least something, whether it's like painting or tennis, which we might be doing later.
We're going to go play tennis after this.
I can't if I remember.
Yeah, you got it, girl. It's muscle memory. You got it.
So I think, just having something you're passionate about, because even though you might feel like, oh no, I really should be like learning another monologue, I really should be submitting to more agents, like sometimes you do need to take a few hours and just go to the beach or
decompress,
right? Or do whatever it is you're passionate about, or walk a dog. Like
walk a dog. Yes, I've been walking them dogs. Yes.
I mean, honestly, animals are like a passion of mine, and sometimes like I don't get around dogs enough, and I realize when I'm around them, I'm like refueled with life.
They're so cute. They're so precious. Yes, they're the best. Yeah. And so is that your thing you like to do? Is that your one outlet, that your fuel, walking dogs? What else do you do?
Well, yeah, I do love walking dogs, but besides that, what else do I do? I love to, I'm an equestrian. Oh. And I love horses, so it's in the same animal realm.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
And so when I moved to LA, I had to give it up for a while because finances and time.
Of course.
But I'm at that place now where I've been able to like slowly get back into it.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Honestly, it's such a mental break. Yeah. And then I've noticed when I'm home now, I'm more motivated to like read plays. Like if I'm just sitting on my couch, I used to just want to like veg out or watch something of zero substance that's not going to help me in any way. Yeah. But now I feel more motivated to like, I'm excited to learn lines, which like sometimes those things can get tolling when you have so many to learn. It feels like work.
Oh my God, overwhelming.
Even though it sounds silly, it can feel like work. But I feel more refueled to do that.
And that's awesome. So doing something you love, doing something you're passionate about will help revitalize your actual other passion to do acting as well. So finding that balance, finding that time. Okay, I'm getting overwhelmed with acting. I'm doing too much. I need to take a break and do something that makes me happy and come back to this. Because you love acting. We do. But like you said, the grind and the struggle, it can be, it can be overwhelming sometimes.
And I think actors, we don't really we're not like a 9-to-5 job where you get vacation time.
Right.
And so there's really no period of the year unless you make it for yourself that you take time off.
So true.
So whether it's even like a day here and there or if it's like a solid week where you just kind of put acting aside, if that's what you need to do, don't feel like someone else is going to pass me up because I take the week off. Like everyone's journey is different and every need for each person is different. So if you feel like that's something you need to just reassess yourself and gain more
recalibrate.
That's a great word.
Get yourself back in it. And what I find, people who take breaks, especially like when at the school, people like go on vacation or take a week or two off, they come back and they're like super charged. I'm like, whoa, do I need to take a break? Like that was like, I've been grinding this whole 2 weeks they've been gone, but they like came back with such like, I don't know, tenacity and intention. So I realized that this past holiday, like over Thanksgiving break, seeing my family in Alabama and then seeing my family in Texas during the Christmas, like seeing them and just having that refueling and seeing them like and coming back, I had such intent. I had such drive when I came back. And 2020 has been a great year so far, and I do a credit to taking that break. So I'm glad that you mentioned that because that's really, really important. Well, that's my interview. That's our interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is so fun.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, Jovanna. So how can we stay in touch with you if we want to stay connected and see all the stuff that you're going to be doing?
Sure. So I do have an Instagram.
Okay.
It's my name, so at Jovanna Valladares, which I guess we'll link below.
Yes,
right?
spell it out though, just so we make so they can hear it.
Okay, and I also have a website which is literally myname.com. So it's JOVANNAVALLADARES.
Yes, that's why I make you spell it, because I'm gonna put it on the screen, but I want them to actually hear it because
it's a weird name.
Yeah, no, I do that with everybody. It's okay. No,
you have a unique one too.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You
AYANA TAYLOR. Yes.
There you go.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, thank you again for being on this channel, guys. If you enjoyed this, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this with a friend, and let people know of all the amazing stuff that Jovanna had to say today. All right. Well, until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye.